Hey guys, it's me again from the Cube Toaster. Wait. No, we can't do this anymore. That doesn't make sense. I am from the Cube Toaster, but I also am the Cube Toaster. And what comes from toasters? Toast. So, just call me Toast. Hey guys, Toast here. Today we are going to do a tutorial on the YAU method for 4x4 as requested by this guy. So let's get started. Okay, to start this off with, the first thing you should do before you go learning the YAU method is you should probably know the reduction method for 4x4. I mean, it helps. So in the normal reduction method, you start with a scrambled cube like this. First thing you do is you would build all of these centers, solve all of those. Then you'd solve all these edges, and that would turn it pretty much into a 3x3 with the exception of parities. Now the YAU method is pretty similar to the reduction method, except you have a few more, slightly advanced steps, and you can get faster with it, in my opinion. The first step of YAU is, of course, to build the top and bottom centers. In this case I did yellow and white, and then after that you do 3 of the cross edges, but you have to make sure that they're in the correct position relative to each other. Once you do that, you still have these 3 cross edges, but you solve the rest of the centers, making sure that you preserve these 3, not mess them up, and then at the end you solve the last cross edge as well, like that. Then from there you just solve all the edges in a slightly more advanced method, which I'll show you later, and you get a 3x3 with parity again. Okay, let's start with the first 2 centers. I like to do white and yellow most of the time because that's pretty much what I'm used to, but what we're gonna do is we're going to try to build 2x1 blocks of the pieces. So first thing I see here is I already have a white 2x1 block, and I can make another one with these 2 remaining white pieces by doing an F prime and a U wide turn, and that'll connect those like that, and I can just move that down, and now we have the first white center. Now once you have your first center, in this case white, we're going to work on the opposite center. So white is opposite of yellow, which is up here, so we're going to do that one next. So I'm going to try to build blocks again like this center, but I'm going to do a little bit differently this time. I can see that this one can connect with this one if I just do that, and I'll move it over here out of the way so I can preserve this and bring it down. Now the other 2 pieces right here and right here, I see that if I move this side down like that, this side I can move over to here with UW2 and get that 2x1 block. The last thing to do from here is just to move this up to here, and we do that by kind of kicking it out of its place, doing U2 and bringing it back down. There we go. The next step is to make 3 cross edges that are in the correct position relative to each other. So first thing I see here is these 2 green and white edge pieces. Those right there, we can connect those easily by taking this piece and moving it down here like that and just slicing over, and now we have this that we can just move down there like that. Now we want to do it for 2 more cross edges, but we want to preserve this. So I can see right here these 2 orange and white pieces. I can move this to the side and bring it down like that, so when I slice over those will be connected. And orange is on this side of green, so I know that those are in the correct position. Now I have 2 options here. I can do these 2 blue and white, or these 2 red pieces over here. I'll do the 2 red pieces. So I'm going to bring those up there and move that right here, slice over, and put it opposite of orange. And now we have these 3 cross edges in their correct positions. Now what you should have is the top and bottom centers and 3 cross edges solved. Now we're going to work on solving the rest of these centers while preserving these 3 edges. So this is a technique that you kind of have to get used to, and you'll get better at as you practice more. But I'm going to also block build, and I'm going to try my best to, whenever I'm doing a U or an F turn, I'm going to make sure that I put this empty slot in the position so it does not mess up any of these edges. So let's see. First thing I see is I've got this green 2x1 block, and I can make another one with this green centerpiece and this green centerpiece. If I move this green centerpiece up here, it's going to be in that position. So I want this to be right here. So I'm just going to make sure that this is open, move it. I'm going to move this up like that. Now I have that block. Make sure this is open and bring it down. In my color scheme, the standard one, orange is right here when yellow is here and green is here. So I know that this center is going to have to be orange. So I'll start building off of this orange centerpiece. Let's look for another orange centerpiece. There's a 2x1 block right here and an orange centerpiece all the way over here, and I can connect the two pieces that are by themselves together by making sure this is open, putting this right here. From here I can move this up, and we see I took out that green pair right there, but I can move this orange one out of the way and move the green pair back right here, and we still have all of our edges preserved. Now we have these two 2x1 orange blocks that we can then move down here. Make sure this is open, move it down like that, just like that. Then this last one right here, I'm going to move down here by doing this, making sure these are still solved. Next, after orange right here, this is going to be blue, and that's convenient because 3 of those centers are already there. So I'm just going to move this up like that so it's easier. And then the algorithm I showed at the beginning, that was pretty simple. That switches these 2 centers, can be used now. It's just R wide prime, F, R wide, like that. Now we have all the other centers solved while preserving our 3 cross edges. I'm just going to line these edges up like that. And the last edge that we haven't done is blue. So we're going to have to do that without breaking these centers. So there's several techniques that you can work on with this step, but what I like to do most of the time is I like to position the 2 edges, in this case white and blue, in these 2 edge pairs. So I'm going to move this one down to this side and bring this one over here with U2. And I'm going to bring this one over here with R, U2, R prime. Now they're opposite each other. Now, from reduction method, you should already know the edge flipping algorithm, so I'm not going to teach it, but in this case, I just want to do the edge flipping algorithm, and then I can slice this over to make that pair, bring it onto the top, slice back, and now I have this pair, this edge pair, which I can bring down here. Now we have the cross solved along with the rest of these centers. Now the next part, solving all the other edges, is probably one of the most trickiest concepts to grasp within 4x4 speed solving, like using YAU method. First thing I see after solving this edge is this little edge piece right here that is red and green. I'm going to find the other corresponding red and green edge piece and put it in the adjacent edge slot right here so that when I slice over they'll connect like that. Now right here in the adjacent slot, I see a red and blue, so I'm going to find the other red and blue edge piece and put it in here. Now it's already here, so that's nice. Now in this one right here, I see a blue and yellow. So I'm going to try to find the other blue and yellow edge, which is right here, and I'll insert it into this adjacent slot like this. Now when I slice over, like that, I should have 1, 2, 3 edges solved like that. Now we're going to take those out and put them into the top layer, but we're going to do that strategically so that we solve other edges in the process. So right here, what's going to happen when I slice back is that this edge piece, whatever edge piece is here, it's going to come and go on top of this edge piece like that. So I want whatever goes on top of here to be the correct edge piece. So this is orange and blue. So I'm going to find the other orange and blue edge piece, which is right here, and I'm going to put it in the adjacent slot right here. Make sure it's on top so that when you slice back it goes on there. And then we see right here orange and yellow, which is right here. I'm just going to take out that solved edge and put that in its place. We have one more solved edge, and this is green and yellow. So let's find the last green and yellow. The green and yellow edge is actually over here, and that's a little bit inconvenient. So in this case, sometimes you'll get things that happen like this, but it's not very common. I'll just put in another unsolved edge pair to solve that one, and then I'll slice back, and you notice we have solved two other edge slots. Now sometimes when you're done with this, you'll be left with two unsolved pairs, sometimes three. It really depends what case you get. In this case, I got three, and there's a really fast way of solving this. This is pretty much just a three cycle of three edge pieces, and I'm going to do it in a way that is very simple and easy to understand. So what I want to do is I want to have one of the unsolved edge pairs in the top, and two of them in the E layer. I want to be able to, with the two edges in this layer, I can slice over with one and solve an edge pair. So let's say I saw this one right here was green and yellow. I would want to put a green and yellow edge right here adjacent to it. Not like this, but on top, so that I can slice over and solve it. Now I'm going to slice over and solve it, but we're not going to take it out yet. What I want to do is I want to look at the edges that are right here and right here that I just broke up. See, when I broke up this edge, this came over here and this stayed put, but this left it because these two got solved. So whatever I want to do, this last edge pair, I want it to put it in so that it solves the last two edges as well. So we can see that when I slice back, green and orange is going to be on top right there. So I want to put the other green and orange on bottom in place of this solved edge. So I'm going to insert it like that. So it's in the correct position. Then slice back. And now we have all of our edges solved. There are a few cases that are much nicer and easier to solve, and you'll run across those when you're practicing. But I didn't have time to cover all the cases because there's a lot of them, and you probably wouldn't want to watch that. So let's do an example solve, I guess. First thing I see is, well, white and yellow centers are kind of tough at the moment, but I'll choose between one of them because that's what I usually do. We do have this edge right here that's already made. I don't know if I'll be able to preserve that, but I'll try. We can make a 2x1 block like this with a white, and we can solve the other 2x1 block right here and insert it like that. I just tried to preserve that really quick. We have this 2x1 block right here, and this piece and this piece. We can solve those into 2x1 block like that, and solve the top center like that. Now I actually did preserve this piece, so that's nice. I'm going to solve these two right here by flipping this, slicing over, and inserting in the correct position. I can choose between either this green and white pair right here or this orange and white pair. I'm going to do the orange and white pair because it looks a little bit easier. I'm just going to insert like that, connect it, and place it opposite of red. Now red center looks a little bit easy right now, so I'll just start with that. Make my open slot right here. If I move this right here, then we can connect those two easily. So I'll do that, and then move it like that. After red comes green, so put that right there because that's easy. And then we can connect these two like that, and then put that down here. Next is orange, and we already have this 2x1 pair, 2x1 block. So let's just insert these last two the way I showed you before, like this. Now we have our centers done and three of our edges. I'm looking around now and I see the green and white edges that are left that we haven't done yet are right here. So I can put them into adjacent spaces, solve them like that, and bring it down here. Now we have our cross done too. Let's start by putting this one right here so it goes right there. Yellow and green. That's yellow and red. Put that right there. And we've got that done. So slice over, we get 3 this time. That's nice. Green and orange. Orange and yellow. blue and yellow. And we actually got a nice case that time. So when we slice back, we only have 2 edges left to solve, which you should already know how to solve if you have done reduction. So just slice over that and slice back. Now we're in a 3x3 stage, and we already have the cross done, so that's pretty convenient for the CFOP solvers. No orientation parity this time, but I did get permutation parity, so I'll just solve that. And JPerm. That was my 4x4 YAU tutorial. I really hope you like it. I tried my best to explain everything as thoroughly as I could. So, do you notice anything different about me? Nope, you got it wrong. I actually got a haircut. Like maybe an hour ago. Yeah, I feel really lightheaded right now, like a big weight's been lifted off my shoulders. And I need more ideas for videos, guys. Hey guys, really quick, what's your opinion on toast? Like, toast itself, like, toast. This kind of toast. Yeah, that kind. This is my personal toaster. So, Ian, if you're watching this, hi Ian. Ian is a guy I met at my first competition in Portland at the Lloyd Center, the big mall. Anyway, he owns a bread factory that recently burnt down. Yeah, he's toast. I'm sorry. This toast is good. It's really good. Yeah, let me know what you think about this video, please, by giving it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It's very appreciated by me. And if you're going to the competition, Eugene 3x3 Mania 2017, let me know and I will see you there. Okay, bye guys. Oh, you're still here? Here, you try it.